Hi guys, welcome to Real Life Couple React. I am Fynn. Obviously Belle is in London. We're on to part 3 of the sort of the warnings rig rundown Gear Masters. And this is the one that everyone's wanted me to watch. This is Paulina's drum sort of gear rundown. And I'm really looking forward to this so I can get to look into what's going on in the behind the scenes. But yeah, so far so good, guys. These are awesome. And let's get straight into it.
Hi, I'm Paulina. I am the drummer from The Warning, and right now we're in the North American leg of our Error World Tour. It's the second leg we're doing here in the US, and we're very excited. We just released a new song that is called More, and this is like one of the first times that we've been playing it throughout this tour.
I love her confidence straight away. It's just, she's just out there, isn't she? And she's like, even when you see her live on those two, I've only seen 2 videos of these guys, remember? And I haven't heard anything else. She's just, oh, she's great. She really is. I've got a lot of time for this girl.
So it's been really cool. I've actually had to modify my kit to play that new song. So I'm gonna walk you through it. This is a DW performance series, and she's called Bonbon, which is marshmallow in Spanish. I got it during the pandemic, and I was gonna like use it for the first time, and then the pandemic happened. So it still feels very new to me. This is a 10-inch tom. This is a 12, and that usually I go for a 14 here, but right now for live, I'm using a 16, and this is an 18, so I just can get like that deep sound. I use the toms a lot, like for main like rhythm parts, so I really wanted to get like that depth in there. My bass drum actually is a little bit shorter in depth. This is 2214 bass drum. My snare is a hand-hammered Black Beauty. As you can see, she's a beauty. I really like the snare. I've been using it for kind of a short time. It was actually a gift, so I'm very happy with it. It has a very deep sound. It sounds gritty. It depends on obviously how you tune it, but my drum tech Carlos always like gets just such a beautiful, hard-hitting sound out of it. I use clear pinstripe Remo heads, again, 10, 12, 16, 18 on the snare. I use the controlled sound coated one from Remo. So the tuning, especially in the toms, usually varies. These are usually tighter so I can get a good bounce from it. It sounds higher, but these ones are usually kind of tricky sometimes because I like them very loose. I like them deep sounding, but sometimes we get a lot of resonance. But Carlos, my drum tech, has this very cool trick. I don't know if you can see inside the drum, there are cotton pads. We use those to remove our makeup after the shows, and Carlos one day he just put them there, and it really dampens the sound, but it doesn't like mute it completely, so that's great. So I can get them a little bit loose without it being a complete mess for our sound engineer.
Yeah, you'll find that in the kick drum as well. You put like you can actually get drum sort of pillows where you put into the kick drum, because it just, when you do hit it, it's like boom, and it resonates where you can deaden it. So yeah, that's great. And the unsung heroes of like all live music are the roadies, the techs, the guys who do all the rigging, the front of house guys. You know, these guys put these shows on, and they're there like hours and hours and hours before, and also hours and hours after, you know, so their only sort of rest time is during the show. And you know, unbelievable really. You know, their drum techs, the guitar techs, all these people that put these shows on, it's just phenomenal. Tour managers. So big shout out to those guys, and hopefully if we do get to meet these guys in next month, we'll be able to pass our thanks on to the people who put these shows on. I've got a lot of time and respect for that. So loving it. Loving this lady.
So I am a Sabian artist, and I use HHX all over my drum kit. This is an 18 HHX, this is a 16, this is also 18, the Ozone Evolution, and a 20 China. This is a 14. I use this on very few songs, but it does make a huge difference because I keep this a little bit more close than I do this one. So every time I just want to like ride over here when I'm doing like double bass pedal things. I use this one. This is a little splash. I love it. I don't use it as much as I would like to, but hopefully in newer songs I can incorporate it more. My ride, it's a Raw Bell Dry Ride 21, and she's a beauty. This is my absolute favorite cymbal ever. I've been using it for years, I think for like 6 years now, and it has such a cool sound. I crash a lot all the time, but I used to have just a normal, like another HHX over here, but this, it just sounds so much darker, so it really cuts through like the brightness of these HHX ones. I just incorporated this cowbell, this LP cowbell to my drum kit because our new single More has a part with cowbell, and it's really fun using it. I haven't used a cowbell in like years, and it has like its little tricks because sometimes it just like really falls, but it sounds so cool, and it's just really fun to just like drive in that. I love it. I am a big Firth artist. I use 5B barrel tip. I just changed drumsticks actually. I used to use 5A, but I'm a very hard hitter, and I wanted to stop, like it just felt really light in my hands, so I got this heavier set, and I've been using it this whole year, and it has made such a good difference. I don't have to use as like much strength to get like a very hard, deep sound out of them. This DW rack that I have, it's actually been like very modified.
Drum kits are so cool, aren't they? Like you could just, I mean, yeah. The thought, the design process that goes into it, and the sort of, in fact, all instruments really, you know, it's all like sort of manual graft, and even cymbals, like it's such a craft. I love it, absolutely love it. And you can see why, because she does hit hard, you know, playing live, and you can see why she needs those bigger sticks just to get more power. It'd be interesting to wonder how many like sort of snare heads she goes through, because a lot of people break snares, a lot of people even smash cymbals. It's quite easy to crack, so it'd be interesting to see. She said she had one there for a few years, which is pretty cool, and she's obviously gave it a beating.
By my dad. My dad like loves hardware, and it used to be like a little bit too large for me, so he like grabbed like a saw and just started cutting everything to my size, and everything is just like so meticulously measured and marked, so like every time that we're touring, like my drum tech and everyone in production can just set everything up really quickly, so it's very efficient. Every time we open for a band or something, we can get everything done in a very short amount of time, so we're not bothering anybody, and it's great. And it's also very comforting to arrive to each show knowing that the measurement of everything is going to be exactly the same each show, so you don't get like wonky drum sets sometimes. It's all measured precisely. The pedal that I'm using is a Machine DW pedal. I used to use a direct drive from DW, but after they released the chain one, I prefer this one so much more. And it takes a while getting used to it, but once you get the hang of it, it's so easy to control. And again, I'm a very hard hitter, so it just comes back to me in such a easy way for me to like not hurt myself while I'm playing, and I just really love it. I've been using it for a while. In my hi-hat, I'm using 9000 DW. I'm a DW girl. And for my MIDI pedals, I'm using some Roland MIDI pedals. They're very heavy, which is great. So basically, I launch all of our like stems and click through Ableton. Right,
now we're talking. I like it. I like it, guys.
And I used to have to do it with like manually, but it kind of looked really like clunky. Like after every single song, I would have to go and like enter. So with these MIDI pedals, I can launch the whole show without anybody noticing. And I used to have like, I've been through so many MIDI pedals and MIDI pads, but these are so great because they're really heavy. So like, they're not gonna be set off by like the slightest movement. They're like, it takes a good hit for it to change the scene. So they're fantastic. I have a start pedal and a stop pedal just in case something goes wrong. We're all human, so sometimes we need to stop the click tracks. It's just so efficient for everybody to have these systems, and it's fantastic. The drum throne that I use is the DW Airlift 9000.
See, yeah, that's great. Like, she's controlling it. It's for those guys to get their sound across. Yeah, I totally understand that, and I'm all for it. It's just when people don't play live, and these guys do play live, obviously. It's just, you hear the horror stories of these massive bands, and, you know, they're just faking everyone. These guys aren't. Please believe me when I say that before I get killed. You know, it's just so, you know, it's horrible, isn't it? You're getting ripped off by some of these massive bands that, I'm not going to name any bands. I'm sure you're all aware of, you know, these kind of bands that do this, play to actual real live tracks. I mean, like, as in the full track, not just like a little guitar part or whatever to help fill out the sound. I mean, that's totally fine because they're still playing. But some of these bands are just, yeah, they're just frauds. Anyway, these guys aren't frauds. These are the real deal. I love them.
It's great. I use it in the lowest setting because I'm really short. So, but it's really comfortable. I love it. For in-ears, I use in-ears audio. They are fantastic. Usually we grow them out really quickly, but these have just like really lasted. And usually the problems that we have with in-ears is like the cables at one point, like they just don't plug in correctly and you don't hear stuff. But these ones have lasted wonderfully. What I hear the most in my mix is the bass, because me and my sister are just like really connected when we're playing. So having that, like those bass ends, just like really makes a big difference. For my kick block, I have a kick block because I hit it very hard and usually it just goes so far. Sometimes, like when we didn't have a kick block, sometimes Carlos, my drum tech, would just have to be like there in front of the drum just like for it to not move. So that is a lifesaver and I love it. So that was my gear run through. Once again, we are The Warning. Our webpage is called thewarningband.com. We are The Warning Band on all social media, so go check us out. Thank you for watching.
No problem, thank you. Yeah, that was awesome. I really enjoyed that. That was a good little insight into their world, and it's made me appreciate it. Again, I won't change my stance on what I feel about backing tracks, but I still love them. I still love all guys and girls who, you know, as long as their art's good, as long as they're actually playing live, and it's the odd track, then it's no issue. But my personal preference, if I was in a band, I wouldn't be doing it. But that's just me, and I'm allowed to be me. So I hope you appreciate that, and I hope you appreciate my opinion and my preferences. I just wanted to clear it up this evening. Yeah. And we're going to go and see them. We watched them, got a ticket within the hour, and now we're probably looking at getting meet and greet tickets because Belle absolutely loves them. So I may, if she watches this, I may go and get her a meet and greet ticket. But yeah, I really enjoyed that. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you to the Warning Army. You guys have been amazing. We've had the odd one or two who got a sad on and laid an egg because I made a comment, and they can't handle criticism. But it is what it is. It's good to have opinions and balance in fan bases in my eyes, because as above, so below, Baphomet and all that, you know. You can't just all be one-sided, otherwise correction will happen, and that happens in all walks of life. So balance is good, guys and girls. So yeah, take care. Thank you so much for being here. Thanks for all the love you've shown us. And next time, Belle will be back. We're going to release a video tomorrow, a Guthrie Govan video, who is an absolutely ridiculous guitar player. And then on, what day is it? Then on Friday, we'll have to see. We'll keep you all peeled. Anyway, take care, guys. Thank you so much. Peace and love.